Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
I will mute you.
Alrighty, everyone. Welcome here tonight to round number 2 of the Southern Excitement Racing League here from Auto Club Speedway. A little bit of heavy hearts here tonight as since last week's race, unfortunately, we have learned of the passing of Mr. Chris Schooler. This race being renamed here tonight to this Chris Schooler 210. And, man, I just found out about 35 minutes ago, so kind of still fresh, kind of hard to come up with the words. Chris, I called many races with Chris in it, and always a good guy. Thoughts and prayers go out to the Schooler family, but we're going to pay tribute. The only way we know how, we're going to go racing here tonight and pay tribute to that driver of that number 21 machine here tonight. So we're going to get ready to do that. And in the booth to help me bring you all the exciting action here from California, he is the Prince of the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast. He is royalty over there in that universe. He owns it. He runs it. It is AJ Capola.
Wow. Well, that was a heck of an intro for myself. But yeah, I want to echo the same sentiments as what Matt just said. And we're thinking about the Schooler family and obviously everybody here at this league. They lost a really good driver and really good friend. But we're over here at Auto Club Speedway. We're gonna put on a good 100 lap race. Should be fun in these next gen cars. We've seen a lot of issues, a lot of spins, but that's gonna be on everybody's mind today when it comes to at least seeing that 21 not on the racetrack. It's gonna be noticeable.
Yeah, you know me, I'm a very talkative person right now. I normally can talk, but on this one, I'll be honest with you and just be blunt with it. I don't know what to say. Kind of like I said, kind of just shell shocked. Other than the fact that we wish the family the best. I'm thinking about them. But AJ, with that being said, we come to California, wide open spaces for the next gen car. And oh, if anything I've learned this week in open races tells me anything, this is going to be a doozy here at Auto Club Speedway.
Oh yeah, I've run maybe 10 official races. Not the NIS, unfortunately. Those are way too long, but depending on what time I get home from work. But the 30 lap truck races, and man, oh freaking man. No matter what vehicle you're in, whether it's the trucks, Xfinity cars, or now these next gen cup cars,
Right.
you are going to seriously get loose coming out of turn 2 if you're on the gas too hard.
Yes.
Or coming out of turn 4, there's a good chance you're either going to go really loose or really tight and try to push out that turn 4 wall pretty far.
Yeah, and that's kind of the way it works here. The bottom lane in this next gen car in particular, because I think that's the one I look at the most. It's very, very, very tricky to try to get a hold of. To get the car down there and it not get out of shape on you. You can get down there, but the back end wants to come around. And normally, when the back end comes around, unlike the older generations of cars, AJ, you are not catching this thing very easily.
No, not at all whatsoever. If you pedal it, if you let off, you can probably try to catch it, but I've seen a lot of wrecks just in this practice session alone, and they had an hour to destroy vehicles.
Yeah.
And they took every instance to run laps and destroy cars.
And we've seen it. Again, we've seen it in real life as well at Auto Club this weekend. Kind of the same scenario of trying to hold on to a race car and hold on to it all night long. But we are ready to go. I hope you guys at home are ready as well to go racing again. This will be 210 miles here at the Auto Club Raceway. Fuel mileage going to get you somewhere around, what did I say, AJ? 39 laps?
Yeah, 35 to 40 laps.
Yeah.
40 laps is really conserving, but this place chews up tires. It is very bumpy. If you get 5 or more laps on a run, you bet your butt you're coming down and grabbing tires if you have them. They have 5 sets of tires to last them 100 laps. They have 1 fast repair, and they have an incident count penalty every 17 X. So it should be interesting, should be really fun. I'm really curious to see what part of the day we have the race set at, because it looks like they have it set on ×2, so time is going to be moving
very quickly.
Yeah, not very quickly, but every hour in game is a half hour in real life. So it should be interesting. We should be able to see some shadows creeping in at the conclusion of this race. Matt, take us around Auto Club Speedway and pretty much how to get around it in these next-gen cup cars as we're about to start gridding.
Well, enter in turn 1. You want to start lifting around the 2 marker. Let the car roll in, gradually get on the brakes. These cars do not like changing their attitude here. They can really get out of shape with you in a lickety-split of a hurry. You want to get in there, my personal opinion, run the top through 1 and 2 and in 3 and 4, depending on how your car is reacting to you. Now, to note on AJ's point with tire wear, until we get an update to this current tire with the bigger tire, as of now, you are wearing that right front, but you are not necessarily, how do I want to phrase this? You're not heating it up as much. It's wearing, but not getting extremely hot, if that makes any sense at all, period.
Yeah, it does. It should be really interesting how these drivers protect their tires. Because just like Atlanta, just like Las Vegas, just like, those really abrasive 1.5 mile tracks, Auto Club is just as old. Heck, real life, before this weekend where they went to Auto Club, congratulations to Kyle Larson, even though you accidentally put my favorite driver accidentally in the wall. We won't talk about that.
A little salty, are we?
A little bit. No, but they grinded that backstretch, because if you saw, compared to years past, it was way bumpy, and it looked a little bit better this year. I'm really excited to see these next-gen iRacing vehicles see how they compare to real life. Thank you, everybody in the chat. We really appreciate you guys watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe to Extreme Sim TV. Still mourning the loss of Chris Schooler. They rebranded this race to the 210 in his honor, but we are gonna go racing. It's weird not seeing that 21 out there, Matt.
Yeah, it is, man. It's emotional. It really is. Like you say, it's a small community, and man, I hate every time we have to do one of these, man. We love to show our respect, but given what it means when we have to do one, it's unfortunate, man. Chris was such a good guy, good racer. I not only called races with him, I raced him in officials, super late models, and yeah, his front bumper and my rear bumper came very well acquainted a couple of times.
Yeah, well, Matt, we're about to go green right here. That pace car is going to take that immediate left turn on the pit road. Take her to green, Matt.
Here we go. Out of turn number 4, the field going to be led down by Justin Michael. Going to bring them to green. Here we go. We're going to go racing at Auto Club. The Chris Schooler 210 is underway, and Justin Michael leads them off, man.
Yeah, really good launch. On that outside was the 55 of Ronnie Osmer. Did not have that great of a launch. Also did not have help behind him.
What?
You see that?
Go ahead.
You see that 60 of Jeff Merck. Jeff pushed, and I mean pushed, Justin Michael into turn 1, and that's probably why that 87 and the 60 are 1 and 2.
Oh boy, here comes Merck. He's gonna go to the bottom, but look how he slid up, AJ. Perfectly done by Merck. Got away from that inside groove, come across the seams, didn't stay on the seam too long. But again, going to lose the momentum back to Michael. And this is what we're going to see all night is sliders, but you lose your momentum when you pull them.
Yeah. See, I'm a person that'll run that high lane, and I mean that extreme Larson lane, or now Reddick lane. But early on, while you have those fresh tires, you try to bunny hop as many people as possible. Am I right, Matt?
You do, but every time you do that, think about your hand rubbing sideways over a piece of sandpaper. I don't advise this, but that is basically what you're doing to your tire. Go out to your garage.
Oh, we had a car spinning.
Oh, trouble is out. I'll finish my thought there in a moment.
Oh,
and we got a car upside down. The 88.
The 88 of Chris Howell, completely airborne.
Caution on the racetrack. I'll finish that thought in just a moment. See, just got
88
loose
gets
there.
loose. The 15.
31.
And that just chain reacts everybody.
There we go. Caution back out. But I'll finish my thought here. Just take your hand, turn your sander on, and run it sideways. And that's basically what you're doing to these tires. Extreme Sim TV.
But really don't
do that. Extreme Sim TV is not responsible for any personal or bodily injuries. But no, discretion is advised not to do this. This is purely for speculation only. They'll do pretty good job there covering our butts. But under yellow for the first time tonight. So AJ, what are you expecting to see with these sliders when you try to close the door there? It's risky because you can always get tagged.
Oh, absolutely. If that person that you're trying to pass does not want to let up and he's still on your quarter panel, he can turn you headfirst right into a wall, preferably the outside wall. Yeah, we've seen it happen many times. We've seen people get their nose chopped off many times and then come back the next corner and give no inches.
And I got the cars turned on a little bit more for you guys. I appreciate it. But yeah, man, it's going to be a handful. I'm excited for tonight just from what I've seen. And I think with this, how do I want to put this? The fact that I've been running NIS on Sunday mornings, right, AJ? You know, that's my NIS morning, Sunday morning, real early. I have it fresh in my memory, if that makes sense. So it helps me here Sunday nights. The fact that we're going to the same track each week to relay the information to you fans at home. That's totally not just an excuse for me to get to go racing at 10 in the morning.
No, not at all.
No, I wouldn't make that an excuse, sir. Like I tell Kimmy, it's for the channel, honey. Totally. My iRating has a lot to do with it, though, buddy. Well, AJ, well, we got a quick caution here. Tell us what went on in the chateau of the Nerds Doing Nerd Things universe this week.
Well, for all our nerds out there, I know a lot of people share a lot of interests between NASCAR, wrestling, nerd stuff. But on Friday, we released our Lord of the Ring, The Hobbit, Desolation of Smog episode. It was a really good movie. First time ever watching it and really first time ever talking about it. Go check it out. We're on most podcasting apps. But Matt, I got something to plug, and boy, you need to try it. As people know, I'm a driver for Revline Racing, and I like to plug our sponsors with Revline Racing as much as possible. I tried this Maw energy drink, and man, Matt, holy shit. Pardon my French, everybody. It is really good. It tastes great, and within probably 10 minutes, it starts working. Very low calorie, no sugar. And if you look them up, it's Maw Energy, MAW, and then Energy, and use the code MAW10 for 10% off everything, and it helps out the race team very much.
There we go. Awesome, man. Well, as you were yakking there, I just picked you up a gift, sir.
Oh boy.
Of your favorite driver.
Oh, Chase Elliott?
Uh-huh. So I'll have to get your shipping details later.
I went from Bill Elliott to Jeff Gordon to then the guy who replaced Jeff Gordon. But it looks like we're about to go green again. Matt, take her back to green.
All right, here we go. Coming back to green. Phil gonna fire off. Green flag back in the air. Once again, 5-6 on the board of 100. So everybody hanging on right now. Great battle up front. Jeffrey Merck running Osmore right there as well. Osmore on the bottom. AJ trying to make it work. These guys.
I think that outside is going to be too strong coming out of turn 2.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Ooh, let's go on our diffuser camera. Well, the diffuser not working on that car, but you can see just how low to the racetrack these noses are.
Oh yeah. Depending on the setup, you could really grind them away.
Yes, sir.
See that Ronnie Osborne line that he's running right now, that's what I normally run here.
You're running high, wide, and handsome, sir.
Well, I try very hard. Thank you very much.
Art right there as well. And these guys getting after it here already, AJ, with Ronnie out front.
Yeah, look at John McIntyre moving up some spots. He's going to take P3 away. He started all the way back in 8th. So he's up 5 positions, all the way up to 3rd.
Oh. Get these guys fan out, man. Just getting after it.
Yeah, this is one of the widest racetracks on the NASCAR circuit. This, I think, is very identical to Michigan. And then you got to think about Pocono, their front stretch and how wide it is. But here, we've seen them go 4, 5 wide, no problem. The problem is when you need to turn.
And he's
still that battle for 3rd.
They are going after it.
Now, here's the thing, Matt. How long do you battle underneath somebody? Because the more you battle on the inside, number 1, you're wearing your tires more. And number 2, that train on the outside is just going to keep going by you.
Yeah, and that's the problem. I mean, this is becoming a very momentum-based race, don't you think?
Matt, you got to turn up the car. You can't hear the vehicles at all.
Can't hear them at all. All right, I'll give you a little bit more go juice on the car.
And you and I are pretty loud.
Oh, we got them wrecking as I turn them up. Big trouble.
Oh, right on the front stretch.
No surprise there. When they get around front straightaway, it's usually pretty big.
Ooh, guy coming right back up on the racetrack.
Man, oh man, that is just... This place is treacherous, buddy. I'm telling you.
Mm-hmm.
And I got us a little bit more car audio. And I'll back me and you. Well, me and you are actually really loud. Holy cow. We're like super voices tonight. You know, it's weird how that goes back and forth, ain't it? So, right now, let's take a look at the yellow. While I got all that situated. And
22. Jeff Dunfin is in the wall, gets in the wall hard. It looks like he ends up doing it himself. Yeah, he just takes a right turn right into the wall. Ooh, and he's going to collect a lot of people.
we're going to take one more look at it.
But the thing is, keep watching on that 22. He goes from that inside and goes... And, yeah, he just stays there and causes a lot of issues.
Well, we're back under yellow, AJ. Are you surprised that we're having this many yellows this early?
A little bit.
I am, but not. I am, but not, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
We're under yellow here again.
Oh, big issue. I'm still watching the wreck. That 9 car, Kyle Adcock, is just stays in the gas all the way through the grass and loses it right in front of people.
That's not
coming
good.
right back on the racetrack going into turn 1.
Captain.
No, I thought he was going to collect a couple more drivers.
Because we're right under yellow, we're going to get ready to trying to find our leader in Discord. Still getting used to the Discord, AJ, because, well, we're brand new here, so still getting used to it.
Ronnie Osmer? We've talked to him before. He's under Shine Runners.
Shine Runners, thank you, buddy. Saved my butt, didn't you?
I try.
Talk to Ronnie. Hey, Ronnie, Matt and AJ in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, I do.
Alrighty, how's that number 55 Ford Mustang doing here? Thanks, AJ, buddy, for saving me there.
It's doing pretty all right so far. Still early stages of the run, and just keeping it up front. Goal is to keep it up front with my teammates and lead every lap.
Well, have you had a long enough green flag run to really know what the car is going to do yet, as the tires wear out?
The car is starting to tighten up a little bit as the run goes, and still has that snap loose depending on which line you take. But it's a very easy car to drive right now.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to let you go back down to Shine Runners and have a good run the rest of the race, bud.
All right, thank you.
And so there you go, AJ. We find out really the car's starting to tighten up here, and that's kind of what I expected.
Well, we talked about it in pre-race that that cars do tighten up throughout the run, but the thing is, it all depends on how fast you get on the gas or how hard you get on the gas. I've seen a lot of times where people, think it's going to be really tight coming out of a turn, end up bumping it.
So we're going to get ready to do this all over again, buddy. This has been a lot of fun, has it not?
Absolutely.
As always, right? So we're going to get ready to go once again. Field out of turn number 4. And we are ready to rock and roll once again.
Yeah, Ronnie Osmer on that inside is going to elect to take that inside. And we're going to go back to green.
Green, ready for it, ready for it, ready for it. And here we go. Green back in the air, back rolling here. 13 laps complete. Well, AJ, with these early yellows, how do you think this is going to affect these pit strategies here tonight?
Well, I don't think for the most part people have come down pit road yet. These leaders we know have not. They only have 5 sets of tires, so that's what, one every 20 laps?
Yeah.
So we're only on lap 14, so I don't know if you really want to come down grab tires yet.
I think you're going to want to save them as you see them still 2 and 3 wide. I just don't think we're in the point, like you said, that we would really need fresh Goodyear Eagles. There's Ronnie out there leading over Jeff D. Merck. Another very good driver. No surprise. He's right up there with them as well. We've called plenty of races with Merck involved over in the loose lug nut universe, but really making an impact here tonight at the Southern Excitement Racing League. And again, just another great driver. We're getting some really good drivers out here in this series, AJ.
Oh, 100%. Absolutely. Doing a really good job. And one thing I have noticed, the guys that have been up front have been very consistent on running the same line every single lap.
Yes, sir. And right now we've got a hornet's nest around Matt Goodell there, and Devin, Dunning, Kobe, all right here under a blanket. 4 wide. Look at this down the back straightaway. Somebody's going to have to lift at some point here, AJ.
Oh, we have a battle for the lead again. There goes the 60. Jeff Merck trying to get past Ronnie Osmer. Going to come up right in front of that 55. But here comes that run with that 55. Where's he going to go? Is he going to cut underneath, or is he going to stay right behind the 60 Camaro?
Yeah, I think he's going to stay right in the line. We're over here working the camera like crazy. 2 different battles in 2 different locations. And the Hornet's Nest, by the way, is still very active.
The Hornet's Nest is up front and back there.
Yeah, the up front one is the small Hornet's Nest. The back one is like the Queen Bee Hornet's Nest. This is unreal trouble down the back straightaway. There it is. Seen that coming from 100 miles away. Christopher Columbus could have seen that coming. In trouble back straight away. And you see it 3 wide, gonna go not so bueno. Are you surprised, AJ? Because I'm not.
There's plenty of room on these straightaways, but I think a bump knocked the 24 kind of a little sideways, and he gets right into trying to see who is in that as well.
More look. We're gonna actually slow this down a bit where we can look. Yep. Oof.
You can see it. He bump and just goes left, and that collects the 28.
The 8 goes flying through the grass, trying to lock it down. Backs up towards the top of the racetrack, but hangs on. That could have been a lot worse. I'm really happy that for the most part everybody got away with it.
Yeah, there are a lot of damage, especially with that 24 David Durand. He's got a lot of damage. But the 8 doesn't look too bad. Devin Coate doesn't look awful, and that 28 doesn't look completely awful.
Yeah, in my opinion, Devin kind of got away with one there. because that could have been a lot worse than what it turned out to be. You know, kind of like you're going through Mordor there and you fall in the volcano.
Mountain Doom.
Well, you know, that was a plug for the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast with the recent coverage of the Hobbit movies on their adventure of the Lord of the Rings saga.
Yeah, we are actually doing the Hobbit movies first. Coming up this Friday, it is the Battle of Five Armies episode. That will conclude the Hobbit portion, and then we are going to start putting out the Lord of the Rings portions, starting with Fellowship of the Ring.
Fellowship of the Ring. And caution back out.
So, Matt, what do you think these guys need to do to kind of not have all these cautions? Because everybody wants to run, but we see just the smallest little hiccups causing these issues.
Yeah, you're going to have to be careful. You know, and like you said, just running out of space becomes the problem here, I think. And just take care of your car, kind of not worry about it as much, if that makes sense. But lap 20 on the board here. Lights out on the pace car. Well, man, we're going to get ready to fire them back up. AJ, what are you thinking here as we head towards a quarter of the way? Is it kind of playing out the way you expected it to?
Well, with how these next-gen cars ran in real life, I think we're kind of on pace with with how they actually run in real life. They had 13 or 14 cautions during the Cup race today, and we're looking at our third caution here tonight. These next-gen cars, Matt, and you and I have both confirmed it, they are not easy to drive.
No, Captain, they are not. They're a handful to drive. And me talked about that at length, it feels like. But, you know, as we get ready to go back to green, AJ, of course, Mr. Schooler's number was number 21. So as we do with these types of situations, we're going to mute the mics for lap 21 here tonight out of respect for Mr. Chris Schooler. Again, thoughts and prayers with the Schooler family. And here we go. We're going to go green. I hope you enjoy a little bit of moment of silence for Mr. Chris Schooler. Alrighty, AJ, back here once again, as always, again, thoughts and prayers with the Schooler family. But AJ, man, what a battle we're seeing on track right now.
Yeah, man, we are seeing an absolute battle. Looks like it's gotten a little cloudy out, Matt. But we have a big battle for that lead in that 38 Nitro Ford Mustang and that 5 Mustang with Andrew Rattle.
Yeah, and you know, how do you think this cloudier skies will, we've talked about it, it can do either one or two things, tighten them up or loosen them up. Which way will it go here tonight? We're going to find out. My bet is it's going to cool off and get a little bit looser, AJ.
I don't know. We're going to have to find out. So far right now, everybody is moved towards the top of the racetrack. And is that more of a, caution on the racetrack?
yellow is out.
Ooh, look at that 77, Justin Lumpkin. He has a very much destroyed Mustang in that power performance.
Car gets loose.
That's the 50 of Tristan Newman.
Tristan
Getting
got
into,
loose,
is that the 49?
I believe.
Yes,
so.
That's the 49 of TJ Floyd. And the 77 is just a bystander. Wrong place, wrong time. That collects the 9. Kyle Adcock, that's probably his second fast repair or first fast repair used on the last incident, and he's got a lot of damage once again.
Yeah, that's not going to be good, Captain. Car's not going to run the same with that type of damage, I don't think. We'll take one more look from the chopper cam. And again, these cars get out of shape. We talked about it before we got going. Just very hard to try to gather them back up. And, oof, man, some big impacts there up against that outside wall. Well, man, back under yellow once again here tonight. I think this is changing the strategy for a lot of drivers with the amount of yellow flag laps we've had early here tonight. Again, one quarter of the way through. So. Definitely helping your fuel mileage right now.
Yes, you are.
And we got gas prices right now. That's definitely a good thing. Oh, you know, gas is not relatively cheap at the moment. But you know what is cheap, AJ? Perfectly cheap. You don't have to pay a dime to do.
What's up?
Go check out that Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast. New episodes dropping typically every Friday around 10 a.m. in the morning, normally, most weeks. Perfectly cheap, not paying a penny, unless you want to donate to co-host to see her smack AJ upside the head.
No, don't do that, because she would actually do it.
Yes, she would actually do it. Or you can PayPal me at matt.com and I can pass the message along as well. I feel like my co-host thinks I'm trying to get him assaulted.
It most likely, that's exactly what it sounds like.
But right now, Matt Goodell there, Andrew Rattle right there, Matthew Ryan right there, and Jeff D. Merck all inside the top 5. I would do another interview, AJ, but I don't feel like they've got enough green flag laps to really learn anything right now.
Yeah, I'm in that same boat with you in that thought.
Because here's the thing, it's not like it's been crazy cautions. It's just when they start to get into a rhythm is when something happens. And it's kind of breaking the rhythm up. Goodell leads Randall right there in second as we cross already a quarter of the way through this 100 lapper here tonight, AJ.
Yeah, we've only been going for about a half hour, and that has flown by. This is, I think, our fourth caution of the evening. We are lining them up and getting ready to go. Ronnie Osmer and Jeff Merck are sitting back in 5th and 6th, not being able to make it back up towards the front after them coming down pit road, I think 2 cautions ago.
Yeah.
Matt, what do they have to do to get back towards the front?
Man, it's so hard. For one, they're going to need some green flag laps just to kind of work through the through the field a little bit. But again, and we're going to sound like a broken record here. Back in the day when your record spin table got stuck, keep the car clean, keep the tires under you, pick and choose your spots.
Well, most importantly, right now, you have to get a good restart.
Yeah, you have to get a good one here. 26 and 100 complete here tonight. Lights off on the pace car.
Well, that pace car is about to take the left turn onto pit road. And there it goes. And we are green back at Auto Club Speedway. Great launch by Matthew Goodell on that outside.
Great launch.
he's going to be able to do whatever he wants in turn one. Nobody's going to be close to him. So if he wants to go low and diamond it, he can 100% do that. He's going to take the middle line. I don't know if that's going to work because here comes that 5 car, Andrew Rattle, to his outside and going to have a really nice run.
Rattle was able to really open up the lane, AJ, and that's what was impressive about that one. And carry the momentum all the way through. And I think that kind of paid off for him. He'll hang on. Right now, the 67 trying to follow through as well. That's my old friend from FSM Customs. Oh, Ryan right there as well in the mix. My old buddy made me is he going to dive? Ryan didn't even give me a chance to promote his product. He just drove straight for the lead. Ryan, you got to give me production time there, buddy. Yes, I'm going to pick on Ryan. But that dive didn't pay off for him. Ended up giving it all back, AJ. I'm going to send him a very intensively worded text message. Dude, I've told you so many times, don't drive a car in that deep. It never pans out. Now he's going to do it again. Back off early, roll the bottom. And I think he did it a little bit better that time, AJ. I think he might be able to hold it here coming up off turn 2. Maybe, possibly. Going to be tight there with Osmer right there on his outside. And we have a pack headed for 3. What do you think about what you're seeing right now, buddy?
Well, so far, here comes a really good battle.
And there goes Mr.
Third.
Ryan. Got
somebody just ran into the wall.
And caution. Amy Dunning off track here. And we got a mess back here at the exit.
There's a big traffic jam coming out of turn 4.
Who put the Black Friday sale at Walmart early this year? Holy cow. Look at that. The track blocked, AJ.
Yeah, completely.
We might have to get a red flag on this one.
I don't think red flags exist in iRacing.
We can pretend they do. As you can see, the 6 going to get tipped up into it. And once again, the track just becomes blocked. And look at these guys trying to weeble wobble their way through it. And a couple of cars successfully did that. But man, it's so hard when a track gets blocked like that, AJ.
Yeah, you just gotta slow down. You just gotta slow down at a good pace, and hopefully nobody ARCA brakes behind you.
Oh, it all started up there with the 2 machine. Steve.
Well, that's John McIntyre.
Yeah, so that's where this starts. So he just got loose on the bottom, AJ. Overcorrected the car back up the racetrack. Just drills. Oh man, and it just closed up behind him. And carnage ensued. Let's put it that way.
Carnage very much ensued. And as this is our 5th caution of the race. I would not be surprised if this knocks a bunch of drivers out of the race.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I would not disagree with that at all. But we're under yellow once again. Now, what do you say we go through the history books for a moment? Because this is season 2 for the Southern Excitement Racing League. Back here at Auto Club season 1, Christopher Carter went to victory lane. But there was also 11 yellows that night with 7 lead changes. Pretty sure we already broke the lead change record there, AJ. Best lap time of that night. Now, again, that was last gen's car. Was 40.943. 41.1. If we look here, it's Cogswell right here. I believe right now with the best lap of the race is at 49.0. So we're right there on pace with last gen's car. But here's the thing. We got a little bit more horsepower than they did as well. Not as much downforce, but I think the horsepower is going to make up for it lap time wise. Is what we're seeing. Now, note last season, Carter got the win, but look at the top of the board here. Notably, let's get over here to our board for a moment. And you look at Cogswell right there hanging on, but it was Matthew Goodell coming in third last year here at the Auto Club Speedway with Casey Herring right there. AJ Rogers was fourth, and Ronnie Osmore was in fifth there last time out. So Ronnie top five last year, AJ here at Auto Club or last season, and right now living up to it once again. So was Goodell right there in the mix as well. 32 on the board. Do you think it's coincidental that guys that are good here at this type of track last season are back good here once again?
No, not at all. When you're really good at a track, or just have one good race at a track, it builds your confidence for the next time you go there.
Yeah, I agree there. As we get ready to go back to green once again. Coming to green, here we go. Green flag back in the air, once again, back underway. And pretty good restart up front at least, AJ. Ronnie's got a very good car to be able to arc it the way he just did in the 1 and 2.
Yes.
That's not easy to do without getting the car out from under you. Battle for third, Andrew Rattle right there. There's old Andrew hanging on. And I think 3 wide here. Goodell back here in the 38 trying to hang on to a spot. Again, we just talked about him being good here. Everybody going to scramble down the front straight away. Caution.
And we have another
out.
caution out on the racetrack.
Casey Herring having a problem. Problem for Casey Herring on the front straightaway.
Rustin Matson also involved in that caution as well.
Caution back out. Yeah, I think we're going to beat the caution count from last season. I think we're going to beat it, buddy. These cars so hard to handle here. And I think it's just, not much he can do. Let's check in with. There's John. Senior, where's you? Don't see Macklin Jr. in this race anywhere. Again, he was our Daytona 500 or Daytona 250 winner last week. Jamie Lee Dunning coming off the second place as well. Check in with Jamie Lee Dunning right now. In 12th, coming off P2 at Daytona last week. So, what is your thoughts here, AJ? Are we learning enough about what this car is going to do if we get a long run?
I don't think so. I really don't. We've had our longest run, maybe 6-7 laps? We're still looking at about 65 laps to the race, but we have not had a significant green flag run to know what tire wear is going to do.
Yeah, and that's your... I don't want to say problem, but that's your problem, right? Just what you don't know, you don't know. And so we continue to ride right now under caution. Kobe Cogswell right there also in the mix here. And really not anybody's fault. Just these cars are so hard to grab a hold of, AJ.
Yeah.
I mean, it's I feel like we beat it into the ground a little bit, but it's so true, just how hard they are to hang on to them. 36 on the board. And again, if you're in chat, thank y'all for coming out here tonight. We appreciate it. Don't forget, if this is your first time here, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, let us know how you feel about our content. And man, we're here just to put on a good show for you guys at home.
Yeah, we always try to put on a good show. But yeah, hitting that like button and subscribing to Extreme Sim TV very much helps. YouTube has a weird algorithm, and the more likes and the more subscribes in a short period of time, it in turn promotes the show itself on the YouTubes.
Yes, in the interwebs. The interwebs of existence. Okay, I can't do it. I tried it. I went, that's not even broken Matt Hardy. That's more like a semi-broken Matt Hardy. I'm not going to say the catchphrase. We might get a copyright. Something that you would do to a bad result that you might want to get rid of. I guess that's a good paraphrase for it. I've lost it tonight, have I not, AJ?
You've completely lost it.
One of us has to. Right. See, this is how it works. The days that AJ's a little more reserved and not crazy, then I lose my mind. And then
I am never that crazy. Thank you very much.
Good point. It's your
It might be slightly psychotic, but
so as we get ready to fire it back off once again. And again, AJ, a very special guest coming this week for the Colonial Clash race in the booth. I won't be there. I will be there, but I won't be there. It will be my long lost ancestor, Matthew Johnson, in the booth for that one. In my outfit, this is going to be either funny or disastrous. But we're going to come to green. We appreciate him coming all the way from 1776 to join us through his time-traveling portal. And Ronnie Osmore going to come to green here. Just a mic 1 second. AJ, Ronnie, a great start once again.
yeah, he's been really good on these starts all race. Even when he was in, I think 5th or 6th, still back there having really good starts.
Yeah, and doing a great job of it side by side. The FD Merc right there as well. Just a trouble once again. This time, Kristen Newman gonna be in trouble here about front straight away. Kristen Newman around, caution back out. What happened to you, Tristan? Let's see. I don't even know what caution number this is, by the way. I've lost
7.
count. So we're already up to 7 here, and last year was what, 11? And we
Something like that, yeah.
Quickly closing in on that. So, Ronnie Osmore continuing to lead. Again, man, I'd love to do some more interviews, but it's just so hard. Because I don't want to interview the guys when they don't have the answers, right?
Yeah.
And I just don't feel like they have the answers yet.
Yeah, if anybody wants to, if they're knocked out of this race, or if they want to come chat for a quick interview, message Matt and tag Matt in the chat so he can see it.
Hoping we'd get a little bit of a long run in, but again, very, very loose race cars here tonight.
Yeah, oh yeah.
My prediction kind of came true.
Now, Matt, are these full setups or are these fixed setups?
These are fixed, which makes it even worse.
Yeah.
The thick stuff here is looser than the boards on the ship in 1776. Michael, Ryan up there. Oh, grab Ryan. Why not? We can talk. I can pull an interview out of Ryan just about any time. Kind of like you, AJ. I could pull AJ. I could pull an AJ interview anytime over anything, and we're gonna find. Oh, go up and see who's up. Hiding from me, being elusive. I don't see him in here. I'm gonna have like 3 bones to pick with him by the time this race is over. Let's go with Merkster, because he's already always a good ender. I got him in the right booth here. Hey, Mr. Merk, you got a copy of it, buddy?
I do, Mr. Matt. What's going on?
I'm doing all right, man. Well, how's the car, what you've been able to learn these kind of short runs?
Yeah, we ain't been able to learn a whole lot. I mean, it's a little loose on throttle on exit, but it's more of a snap loose push because you're pushing and you're more and more wheel and then it bites and
Yeah.
you get loose. The cars drive good if the drivers would wait 5-7 laps before they got crazy with it and let the tires warm up. But while I'm on here, I want to give a huge shout out to Stone River Outfitters. If you see on my hood, what the hell? I forgot the name of it now. Damn it! It's but it's on the hood. The logo that's on the hood. It's a organization that helps our disabled veterans fly fish to help with their disabilities and their PTSD. Stone River Outfitters is a huge supporter of that. So look them up, StoneRiverOutfitters.com, and look up the project. I think it's Healthy Waters Fly Fishing.
Yes, sir. I believe that's what it is.
And I believe that's what it is as well. So a huge shout out to the owners at Stone River Outfitters for backing that. I'm a disabled veteran myself, so a huge hats off to those guys. And look them up, support the project Healthy Waters Fly Fishing, and I think that's it. Hopefully we get some long green flag runs here. We can see what this 60 Stone River Outfitters machine can do.
Alrighty, and which room you want me to move you back to, sir?
It is Shine Runners.
And oh, buddy, have a good one, man.
All right, man, thanks.
Yeah, I'm just gonna start double checking with drivers because apparently last week I dropped drivers in the wrong spot and it freaked them out, which in my mind's kind of funny. But anyway, Justin Michael leads the way. Abby in chat. Let's see. I don't think the driver. Who's Abby pulling for here? I can barely see chat. Let me get chat a little bit bigger.
Looks like he's 66, and the 66 is Corey Stahl. Matt, somebody in Discord in the SERL, it says check your DMs.
DMs. So we'll get with Andrew here in a moment during the next yellow. He's out of the race after lap 10. Unfortunate for him, so we'll grab him here in a moment. Well, we're going to get ready to go back green here. 42 on the board, closing in on halfway, AJ.
And here we go. We are back green. Heck of a launch by Ronnie Osmer once again up front.
Ronnie Osmer's got these restarts on lock. He's like Captain Restart here tonight, AJ.
Yeah, no kidding.
He's got that warp speed. But here comes Ryan again, trying to work the bottom. And trying to stay down there on the inside lane. But they're going to freight train to the top. I'm kind of struggling right now. Yeah, Andrew, I got you. I'm going to grab you under the next yellow here, buddy. Ronnie Osmer out front there, 44 on the board. And here comes the move, Justin Michael going for that race lead. Michael to the bottom shelf. 5 trying to follow through. 2 Ford Mustangs. Double file, Ronnie and Andrew. And yellow is out. And it's a parking lot party back here on the back straightaway once again.
Oh boy.
Colby involved. Patrias back there as well. And I probably butchered that name. I do apologize. And just 3 wide going not so well down the back straightaway. Big ride there up on his side. Goes Mr. Patrick Colby going for a wicked hit on the outside wall. Got some air time. He's racking up his air miles, AJ. That's what's going to get Delta to give him new air mileage. Or what? Yeah, this. Or look here. Coming right at you off of turn number 2. And they're going to go right there. Whoop. Man, if he'd hit the wall about 2 foot sooner, that'd been a perfect camera angle. And they're going to bring the yellow out once again. I'm going to put bows eyes on the wall where the cameras are at. See, at least if we, when they rack them, they can hit the bows eye and we get really cool camera shots. Or is that considered cheating if we put bows eyes up for them?
Maybe.
It'll work. Very evil plans I
So Matt,
have.
why don't you pull Andrew in for a quick interview, because it's not letting me.
Not letting you, Captain. You do not. I have the power to drink. I had the power.
Well, we know you do.
Apparently, Andrew's unmovable. That's interesting. We're trying, Andrew. We promise.
Oh yeah, well, I can't move him either.
Can't move him either. That's weird.
You want to go down there and interview him real fast and then come back up?
Alrighty, Andrew. It's Matt the Booth. You got a copy, buddy.
Yeah, man, I got you.
Alrighty, man. Unfortunately, ended up out early on in this one.
Yeah, definitely a tough one after kind of having the same fate last race at Daytona. So hopefully we can just come back next week at the Vegas, I believe it is. I'm gonna start putting up some laps there a little soon. Probably start tomorrow. Try to get some practice in, and just try to get a good finish. Try to get some good points for our team.
Yeah, unfortunate, man. That anytime you get taken out that early, what's your thoughts headed towards Vegas? How do you think the cars are going to handle out there? A little different racetrack than tonight.
Hopefully better than here, that's for sure. Getting in these runs, it was definitely loose, I must say. I did start feeling it tighten up a bit after I had to use that faster pair, but after it got tightened up, I was just involved in that wreck. But hopefully it's a little better than Vegas. I've ran it a couple times with these new cars once they first came out. It enters in kind of wobbly from how I've been driving it, but hopefully I can just try to perfect that up and try to just get it in there stable and get it off fast.
And for him, man, well, best of luck here going forward. Mr.
Yep, appreciate it.
We'll see you back in a week.
Yep, see ya.
Alrighty. I'm back here, AJ, buddy.
Yeah, I'm here, Matt.
So you know how I give all the drivers nicknames, right? Most of the time.
Yes.
I'm going to give myself one. You ready?
Oh, jeez.
I am Matt, the name Butcher Johnson.
Uh-oh. Whose name did you butcher this time?
I don't know, but I'm sure I'll butcher one tonight before it's over with.
Oh, well, yeah. If you're betting the over or under on that, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, if I'm laying prop bets, which folks don't bet, it's a bad idea, and you end up needing to wear a certain type of costume for a broadcast this week when you make bets. And now I'm going to look like I'm a colonialist in the 1776 era. Oh, by the way, they're picking on me, AJ, before we go green. They said they had found the lost colony. It was me. And here we go. Justin Michael ready to go green here. Double file front row. get the popsicle sticks in, and we're going to go racing again. Lap
And we are
48.
almost halfway.
And get ready to put double across popsicle sticks here in a few laps. Rocking through this event here tonight. Oh, Kimmy's back there listening to the broadcast. And right
Yeah,
now,
I would hope she supports you.
Kristen up top, 4 wide here.
There
40.
goes the 67, Ryan Strunk going for third place on the inside.
The camper there as well.
Ooh, he got loose. He's going to lose a couple positions because of it.
You just got to wait for these tires to come up to pressure, I feel like, AJ.
No, I agree 100%.
Problem is, and we talked about this earlier on, but the way that this tire on this particular car in iRacing is working is very awkward with the way it builds heat. So it almost takes it even longer than you would expect to build the heat. Now that will be updated. iRacing has all come out and said they're going to work on that tire a little bit for this car because it's a much bigger tire than the old car, and it's not taking.
And we have another yellow out on the racetrack.
Hello, times. And we'll take a look here in a moment. I'm showing Rattler involved here. Take a look.
And 19 on the front stretch. Jason Clark.
Ooh, Rattler took a hard right turn as well, AJ. Almost simultaneously. Wow. You know, in the interview we had with Merck earlier, he talked about giving it some time, getting some heat in the tires. I think that's the problem we're seeing. But AJ, while we got a moment to talk about it, what have you got coming up on the channel tomorrow night, buddy?
Well, on the channel tomorrow night, I will have the Pony Express Pro 4 trucks. It will be a broadcast that I am putting on. After this broadcast, Matt should be sending me the overlay so I can run it, because he's kind of forgot, I guess.
He's getting the golden shovel out, folks.
But yeah, come check us out around 9 o'clock tomorrow night. I might have Mike Robinson from Revline Racing, my teammate, in the broadcast booth with me, so it should be a lot of fun. I very much enjoy those pretty awesome trucks, so it should be interesting.
Well, while Mr. Coppola here is over there with the Pro 4 trucks, I'll be getting the season firing off for the All Pro Sim Racing Super Late Model Division. Last week we had our preseason race at the LA Coliseum. That was a blast. Tomorrow night, the real deal begins. We go racing tomorrow evening for the first race of the year for the Super Late Models, and that season opener tomorrow in the evening is going to be at USA Speedway, I do believe, from what the schedule says. That's what the schedule shall say. So it's the USA Speedway. And then race number 2 down there in Myrtle Beach as well for race 2. So that should be a lot of fun, AJ, as we wrap this up here. Lights off on the pace car once again. We're ready to go. And again, folks, thank you guys for all your continued support of the channel. It means a ton to all of us here. Allows us to come out here and do this each and every night to entertain you, the fans, and that's what we kind of do it for, buddy.
Oh, 100%. It's not just the leagues, it's the people that are attached to those leagues. I very much enjoy the conversations we have with a lot of our our people in our chats. And just like any other night, we have 21 people watching right now. So please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more things SERL every Sunday night. But yeah, the chat's open. Let us know how you're doing, who you're rooting for, who you think's winning this race. We are just under halfway. Just over halfway of this race. So it should be really interesting to see if we can actually get a good-sized green flag run going.
Yeah, chat's open, folks. Let me know what you think about AJ's golden shovel over there as well.
Oh, why? Because I kind of buried you?
Yes, that was the reference I was going for. You're Triple H all of a sudden.
I mean, I'd be okay with marrying Stephanie.
I mean, we would all be okay with marrying Stephanie. Who wouldn't? All the monies.
I wasn't even thinking that.
I don't know what you're thinking. I'm thinking all the monies. Here we go. We're going to come to green 53 on the board. Osmer there. Casey here. Still Stringfellow there as Brian as well. I was going to go somewhere with that, but it's probably too soon. Ronnie out front trying to hang on right now.
Oh, I don't think he's going to hold on to first, and he might lose second and third.
Justin Michael again. Oh, boy. Ronnie going to have to get the power steamed up on that machine to hold on to it, AJ. And crossover. I love crossovers. They're so much fun. Yellow is out. Boo. And it's Tristan Newman involved. And let's take a look. Tristan having a rough night here tonight. Let's see. The 38 gets out in shape in front of him. Overcorrects. And Newman takes a hard hit. I'm seeing a lot of these cars overcorrect here tonight, AJ.
I am as well.
Yeah, it's almost like once they get away, there is no catching it. You know who now that we brought the Stephanie thing up, we got some time to fill, right?
Yep.
As far as dating a celebrity, mine would be Ronda Rousey. Would you like to know why?
You would have no problem with her, putting you in a headlock and...
Well, no. See, here's the thing. If you're dating Ronda Rousey, that means you can go to the bar, get drunk. You can run your mouth, not having to worry about it because she's going to handle it for you.
Yeah, well, you're not wrong.
It's like your own personal bodyguard. So what that she chokes you out every once in a while and you make her mad? Who cares? We're going to get ready to go back racing 55 and 100 complete. Justin Michael leads the way. You are race leader. Fuel mileage, fuel strategies kind of get been thrown out the window with all these cautions right now.
Yeah, for every green flag lap or every 2 green flag laps, we have about 3 or 4 under caution.
We're kind of waiting to see how that clear. And still kind of getting used to where everybody all the way through, and I don't see him. But again, a very good job for him getting to the bottom and getting to the race lead here. And thank you, Abby. I appreciate it. That means a lot. Again, we do enjoy doing these shows for you guys. And let's see where that number 66. On that 21st spot is where Corey sits at the moment. I don't think Abby is, I think she's wanting a little bit better performance out of that race car. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. But we do have a bunch of people rooting for that 66. Looking for him on the leaderboard of Corey Stahl.
Yeah.
He's currently sitting back in 22nd, actually 21st. Somebody went down pit road, but we are gritting up, getting ready to go. Curious to see, since he's got so many people rooting for him, as you're probably clicking on his car. Well, that's a really nice Red Bull scheme. See if he can improve any further.
I didn't even realize that was Red Bull on the car, and he just mentioned it. Wow, it is a pretty car. Like what, Red Bull? And then I got to look at the poster.
Gives you wings.
Oh, and I have the sword to smite your wings off.
That's dark. That's really dark.
I told you I've been watching too much Danhausen. AJ no like Danhausen.
I don't even know who he is.
He don't like the Danhausen. If anybody in here watches AEW, they'll get it. And if you're a Danhausen fan, I am one as well. We love the Danhausen, but we're gonna go green. 57 to 100 complete. Here we go, 57 on the board.
Really good launch by Justin Mitchell. Or Justin Michael.
Ryan right there as well. Ronnie Osborne right there also in line. Ronnie, though, trying to get back to the race lead. And I think Ronnie's thinking he's got to stay up there, AJ. There's been so many yellows and whatnot. I think he's having trouble. You know, you don't want to go backwards because you don't know how many green flags laps you're going to get here. 57 on the board of 100. High, wide, and handsome. Here comes Ryan rocking through. Went up almost to that Larson line up by the wall. You know, it takes a lot of guts to get up there on the Larson line. Because one mistake and you're in the outside wall.
But at least you're close to the outside wall when you get inside of it. Can you imagine blowing a tire on the inside and going straight into it?
LT, this is going to be race number 2 of season 2, sir. As you see it right now, Ronnie out front. And for your viewer enjoyment, LT, they'll be here with us till, I believe, November, I want to say. 59 to 100 complete here. Crossover once again. KC going to jump back to the bottom. KC now trying to get around Ronnie. Ronnie holding serve. Ronnie doing a good job keeping these guys behind him.
Yeah, he is.
AC trying to work the bottom. 60 on the board of 100 here tonight as they'll cross the stripe. Right now, 60 of 100 complete. And they are putting on a show here tonight at Auto Club, AJ. Right, that's Casey Herring leading by just a little bit in that body armor machine. Somebody out of shape.
Oh.
And it's the 55.
And the 87. Both leaders, Ronnie Osmer and Justin Michael, both having issues on that backstretch.
Ronnie had such a great run going. Man. Take a look here. Ronnie just, the car gets away from him. Very unfortunate. Such a good run, AJ, up to that point.
Well, there's still a lot of time left. That was actually a longer run that we've seen all night. So maybe they can use their one faster break, because I don't think either of them have used it at all.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've seen Ronnie Osmer in a couple other leagues. He is a very, very fast driver, very clean driver, but accidents happen, and unfortunately, there's a lot of damage on that 55, especially on the back end.
Once or twice is a coincidence, right?
Yeah.
But as many times as we've seen this car kind of tank swap around, and the guys try to keep up with it and end up right back in the outside wall. I think that's a very big characteristic of this car. It wants to go left, and then when you counter steer it in the slide, eventually those big old front tires hook up, and when they do, it just launches you back right. It's almost like you have to turn right, AJ, to catch the slide, and then turn back to the left before it physically starts to go right. It's a very weird feeling, because I actually had that happen today and saved the car that way. But you almost have to be one step ahead of the race car. Because if not, it's kind of like riding a bull and bull riding. If you ever get behind the bull, you're in trouble. Right? You got to be one step ahead of the bull's movement. Same thing here tonight. You got to be one step ahead of the car, because if you get behind it, you're just in trouble. We will get ready to go once again here, lap 63. I wrote on the note, sticky note here, send AJ overlay.
There you go. Using your brain.
I use big brain. I use big brain tonight, AJ. See? AJ proud?
Most of the time.
So we'll get ready to go once again. The fans at home are gonna think I've lost it.
Oh, I've always thought you've lost it.
Well, that's kind of nothing new, because I did. I lost it a long time ago, sir. I would blame Kim, but I might get smacked, so I'm not going to. I do have big brain sometimes, not getting myself in trouble. Even though AJ's just sitting there thinking, go ahead and do it, Kim, that way and just take over.
Yes, if it has a fast repair, it repairs it all the way back to 100% LT.
Yes, it does.
And that's only if you have a fast repair.
Otherwise, you're kind of at the mercy of what it'll fix it to. So, 63 on the board. And again, we go to Las Vegas next week, AJ. That's going to be fun.
That's going to be very interesting. I am a huge fan of the Las Vegas Motor Speedway.
Me as well. We continue to get ready to go once again here tonight. So, Mr. Coppola, I got a question for you, sir.
What's up, pal?
What is your thoughts on what you've seen overall out of this race car?
Well, out of the race car, we really haven't seen much, but we've seen a lot of, what do you call it? A lot of these cars look very difficult to drive, and you really have to be pretty much on the money to be able to run these well.
Yeah, you really can't. What's the words the kids would say here? You can't muck around with it. Is that something the kids would say nowadays?
Well, they would replace one of the words, but I'm not going to.
Well, yes, that's kind of what I was implying without saying it. With this race car. Can't box around with this race car. There we go.
No.
Is it bad that your broadcaster almost turned his computer chair over?
Oh, well, don't do that. That's a big bang.
that big bang. Just when you complicated me for having big brain, I almost turned the chair over. See, my head got too big for myself.
Got too big for the britches.
I turned the computer chair over. And, sir, it is in your email, my captain.
Did you really just do this while we were
Yeah, just
Yeah,
drag, drop through. Yep.
right there?
Multitask. I'm multitasking.
Usually I recommend you not doing that, but yeah, hey, it worked this time.
Big brain. Here we go. It's going to be Christopher Howe, Mark, and Dakota Camper. Now, we got a couple of cars, quite a few actually, go down and grab tires. Again, it's so weird how this race is panned out. We haven't had any extremely long run, any extremely long runs here tonight at all.
I think the longest run we've had under green is about 6 or 7 laps.
Yeah, it's kind of been a little bit of a slog at times, but a good race. But just these guys trying to figure out these cars. We got a battle for the lead.
Car all the way down the backstretch. They're going to kill that wall, looks like.
Yeah, they're going to keep it rolling here.
That's the 24 of David Durand.
And right now, lead change. Casey to the top of the board. Herring going to grab the race lead here. 66 to go on the board here tonight. Good run for Herring here. Casey Herring, Jeff D. Merck right there in behind him, giving chase. The Merkster giving chase on Herring. Again, 66 of 100 complete here tonight at Auto Club. So, what is your thoughts with 67 going on the board? Who is your pick to walk away with victory lane here tonight?
Well, right now, my pick has to be Jeff Merck. He's been the one consistent driver in that top 5 we've had all race outside of Justin Michael. But Justin Michael was just in an incident just laps ago with Ronnie Osmer.
And that's kind of the issue there, right? Is how do you keep everything clean but press the issue? You know what I mean? A little bit of an oxymoron there. As Herring leads here tonight. You know, I think as this season goes on, these drivers will get more accustomed as Merck jumps to the bottom of that Chevrolet, trying to get that Stone River Outfitters machine to the race lead. He'll get a Wheatstone lap led here off of 2. He'll get clear. Here comes the 23 body armor machine. Going to jump right back to the bottom. That's going to be a drag race. Merck should have the momentum off of turn 4. If it works out, great run through the center. He cut down a couple of lanes, trying to cut that distance down between the two cars. And Merck will lead that time at the stripe.
Yeah, he's going to have Christopher Howell right behind him, pushing him through to the lead and further down the front stretch as they enter turn 1.
Go to Camper up here in the mix. Really, first time tonight we've seen him show his cards up front. Here's the thing, if you were trying to save your car to the late in the run, you kind of got a problem. Because time is running out as caution comes out again here tonight. And it's this time for TJ, it looks like.
TJ Floyd.
Nope, you're going to have an issue. Car is going to step her out. And again, the old right hook back to the outside wall. I've got to think that's the bigger tires causing this. Bigger contact patch. I mean, I might not be a scientist, but something tells me if you got more friction and more grip on the front end when you get loose, it tends to want to whip back to whatever direction you're turning.
Yeah, LT, these guys are really battling, but the thing is, they're not letting the tires kick in. There's caution after caution after caution, which is really weird for these guys because we've seen these guys go green for quite a while. I think it's until everybody gets used to the new cars. We're going to probably keep seeing this.
Well, we've had one more yellow here as we just pulled it up here tonight than what we had last season. Here, and again, I just attribute to the car, in my personal opinion, AJ, as we work laps 70 and 100 here tonight. The 12 yellows on the night here. Man, there's going to be a lot of beat up, well, I can't say carbon fiber or sheet metal now, it's carbon fiber bodies. So a lot of beat up carbon fiber bodies here. You know what we need, AJ? Me and you together? The Extreme Sim TV Broadcasting Carbon Fiber suit, like we're Iron Man. That we can just move our fingers and change the cameras. We can point and it'll go to different drivers. You think we can get Tony Stark to whip that up for us?
Well, he's dead.
Well, rip.
He died in the last movie.
Well,
spoiler alert.
Well, there's that. I'm a little late to the party. I'll get him to fix it. Agent Q? No, that's James Bond. I'm way off here. I need to go back to my late. I clearly don't know Marvel. But you know how I would know Marvel, AJ?
Oh.
Yeah, I watch the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast every week. Fridays, we're releasing new normally around 10 a.m. in the morning. Check them out today over the Nerds Doing Nerds Things podcast. Sneaky plug. See, the longer you stay, the better I get at plugging. Hi, folks. Billy Mays here with Flex Seal. Jeff D. Merck out front. So I got a question for everybody in chat before we go get back green. Is anyone else in here like a 2000s nerd like myself and remember the Magic Jack that you plugged into your computer? Let me know if anybody remembers that. Do you remember the Magic Jack, AJ?
No, I don't.
It was totally useless. It basically turned your computer into a telephone. You know, before we had cell phones.
I remember those times.
72 and 100 complete here. As we get ready to go back racing here. Doan is saying these cautions are driving you nuts. Well, don't do that, Doan. Don't do that. You don't need to go Doan or nuts there, Doan. Because Mert needs you not to do that. Get ready to go back green with Merc here. Eagles fan remembers. LT remembers. See, I got some Magic Jack supporters in the chat. Question is, they have one like myself? As they go back green, 73 on the board. Right now, Jeff D. Merck, Casey Herring up there with Christopher Howell there as well, 73 and 100 on the board. Merck tried to cover the bottom, couldn't do it, AJ. He was just a little late coming down.
Yeah, but there goes Casey Herring to the inside as they enter turn 3.
Entering turn 3, in the middle of turn 3 now. Everybody goes spread out. 2, 3, possible 4 wide. Up the hill they go, chasing the front of the race car. Here goes the big push down the front straightaway to Merck. Trying to give themselves a little bit of momentum. You see it off into turn 1 and 2. Everybody fighting their way through. You know, I have the best fan base in the universe, AJ. We're literally having a conversation and comments about Magic Jack. Mr. Casey, Jeff D. Merton. Just so much fun here. As they fight through 74, 100 complete. Hey, who is your pick here late in the going?
Honestly, while Herring's doing a really good job, it's either Merc or Michael sitting in second or third.
It's a Merc or Michael show for you? I'm going to go with... I think I got to go with Merc on this one, to be honest. So I really went out on a limb there, didn't I? 25 laps to go here at Auto Club Speedway for the Chris Schooler 210 here tonight in memory of Mr. Schooler. 25 laps to go here tonight. They continue to rock and roll, AJ. What do you think you need to do if you're Merc to get back around Casey Herring here? And oh, well, there you go. Herring made a mistake. Open the door. Merc going to kick that door through. And I'm going to give an update on Corey for the chat room. Corey and 19th, AJ. Still not cracked, just inside the top 20. Working the bottom right now. Abby's over here telling him to kick it in high gear. Well, Abby, I think he's got it in 5th gear. He needs to find the 6th one. He's got it in that Camaro to get up there, AJ.
Yeah, big time.
He needs some rocket assist motors. I don't know if that's legal. Side-by-side battle. Mr. Justin and Jeff D. Merck double file. Here we go. They may go 3 wide here. Look into 1. This is where we get in trouble, is the tires are just not warmed up enough, and it just gets away from guys when they start racing hard. It's so much fun to call races here at Auto Club. You know, they had the plan to turn this into a short track. I kind of hope they don't now.
They still are. They just pushed it back a year.
Michael Herring right there. Merc there as well, trying to rock his way through. Trying to hang on to go to victory lane maybe later tonight. Somebody going to hold up the trophy here in California. Who is it going to be? In round number 2. As we continue to rock and roll right now, 22 laps to go in this one. So, with 22 to go, man, these laps are clicking off now once we get single file.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's not taking them long, shall we say. They continue to fight right now, hanging on to it. Justin Michael out front. So much fun right now. And up front, Justin Michael, Jeff D. Merck right there as well. Casey Herring and Justin right there trying to fight through. Christopher Howell there as well. Man, these guys continuing to rock and roll here right now. Justin Michael continuing to lead the way with 20 to go in this one. What a battle everybody's having side by side. Jeff D. Merck trying to inch his way forward. There's Merck on the top side of the 23 camp. Herring trying to hold him back there. Justin Michael pulling away a little bit here. And everybody doing everything they can here, trying to fight side by side. Off a turn number 4. And what a battle we are seeing right now, AJ.
Oh, yeah. Big battle right now, especially all in the top 5.
Yeah,
but here's the thing. That sun is going down. When do you think that glare is going to mess with them as they're going through turn down the backstretch into turn 3?
I think it's already starting to a little bit here. It'll get worse here until it drops behind the grandstands and whatnot in turn 1, and that's something you're gonna have to watch for over the closing laps with just 18 laps to go. And right now, everybody hanging on right now. 18 to go. Justin Michael out front here tonight at Auto Club with Jeff D. Merck in tow right now. Merck trying to get back around him to go back to the race lead. I think track position is going to be key here at the end of the race. Here's Christopher right there up into third now. But right now it's going to be Justin Michael continuing to lead. And man, oh man, he's going to have to do something to keep Mr. Merck all behind him there, AJ. Merck's got a pretty quick race car. 17 laps to go. FD Merck putting pressure to Justin Michael. Michael rolling the bottom pretty smooth. Right now, 17 laps to go. Here tonight, cars battling behind them. Mid-pack, great racing. I think now they finally let the air temps come up enough they can race.
Absolutely. This has been great these last 10 laps. Something we've been looking forward for this whole time.
Yeah, and you see, once the tire temps came up, the grip kind of come alive. Man, these guys with grip now on these race cars with Justin Michael out front leading the way. 15 laps to go, double file. Merck going to jump to the bottom for a moment. Stone River Machine trying to get around, can't do it. And Abby, please don't shoot the messenger, but Corey Stahl, they're having an issue involved in an accident. No yellow. I'm over here waiting for like bullets to come my way or something. As we're 15 laps to go. Justin Michael continuing to lead the way to battle for second. Merck, how well back there, Herring as well. Everybody hanging on double file. Look at them stacking up here. And this is going to help Justin get away from him a little bit, AJ. I just don't know. Check up there on the bottom for the 88 of Christopher there as well. Having to get out of the gas, not to slide up into the door of Herring. 14 to go here at Auto Club. The Chris Schooler 210 here tonight. As we work our way through 13 laps to go. This time by the field, single file down the back. Now the 23 going to get shuffled out a little bit. They're playing the track position shuffle, AJ. It's like Twister. Put a fender here, put a fender there, put a fender here, a little bit of fender everywhere. Man, oh man, 13 laps to go. 13 to go here at Auto Club Speedway. Merck coming under fire from Casey. Herring underneath Jeff D. Merck at the moment. Well, you think Justin's got enough to keep that thing out front, AJ?
He very much might, but any run coming out of one of the turns with anybody behind them getting the draft, could change everything.
Right here. Now, I got to think if we do get a late race yellow here, everybody's coming to pit road, right?
Well, let's hope you got tires left. We've had enough cautions where people might have taken them all already.
Oh, that is true. With 11 to go here. So if you don't have tires left, you're not wanting to see that yellow come out.
Not at all, and you are, my friend, are what I like to call SOL.
Yes, sir. And Mr. Michael up there in the race lead right now is wanting to zip tie the flagman's hands together where he can't put a yellow out. There we go. Abby says she'll be back next week. We're rooting for him. He has the worst luck ever. Hey, his luck's got to turn around at some point, don't it, AJ?
It usually does. Maybe Vegas will be better for him.
Maybe he can hit the jackpot in Vegas. You never know.
Thought we said something about gambling, Matt.
Yeah, we kind of did. Don't gamble, folks. It's a losing man game. But he might hit a jackpot. As everyone continues to hang on. 10 laps to go. You know, me of all people, I should know gambling is not a good idea. I'm not good at all with that. Right now, 9 laps to go this time by. And that just reminded me of a story I got to tell you off air that's really good, but I can't tell it.
Oh, boy.
That's the Michael out front. Trouble behind them, a little bit of contact. Merck got into the left rear of Herring. Herring did a good job to hang on to it. That let Justin Michael pull away even more with 9 laps to go. As they continue to run, 9 to go here at Auto Club Speedway in round number 2 for the Southern Excitement Racing League. Definitely been exciting here tonight. Would you say, AJ?
Absolutely, 100%. Especially these last, 30, 35 laps. We've actually seen some really great racing.
Yeah, we have, and they're going to go side by side again, just in front of the 60 of Jeff D. Merck right now. Double file, 2 race cars. Merck trying to peek his way back through, 8 laps to go. Gap continuing to grow a little bit for Justin Michael out front. And again, the last thing Justin Michael wants to see right now is caution.
100%.
Because he's starting to get enough of a gap to where he really can't get big runs on him through the draft. He's starting to just get far enough out that you don't have to worry about that. There's the 67 mid-pack trying to work his way back forward. That's Ryan right now in 8th. We've seen him as far up as the top 2 battling earlier tonight. Good top 10 run for him early in the season. That's another thing we don't talk about a lot, AJ, but a long year for these guys. You got to kind of pace yourself here early on. Don't let the downs get to you. Don't let the ups get to you. Just kind of stay monotone.
Ooh, 23 round.
Oh, no. Oh.
Ooh, he gets killed by, Ronnie Osmer's going to be out of this race.
Goodness.
Are done for here.
Take a look at it. We're going to get the AMR safety team down there to that 23 machine. Big, heavy hit in the door.
Justin, this was a 100 lap race.
Oh, man. Watch right here in the door. Oh, man. That makes me hurt even virtually. That makes my ribs hurt virtually, AJ. What a hit. I mean, he just got cattywampus. Well, there you go. Unreal. One more look at it. Merck just got him in the left rear. right here. Body armor machine starts to go around. And watch this car. He chases it up the hill. And here comes the hit to the door. Luckily, the car spun in right about here. Oh, you know, it's bad when it makes you hurt virtually there, AJ.
Yeah, no kidding.
Wow. Thank goodness we didn't see a hit like that in real life today.
Yeah, you 100% right on that.
5 laps to go. And like we said, most of the field to pit road, all but Cogswell, Camper, and Goodell up front staying out. I think those are the chickens without an egg at the front of this field.
Yeah, I mentioned that before, that people have probably already used all their tires. So you're kind of a little SOL on that.
Yeah, for them, I think this is going to be a wolf in the henhouse situation. And about to get eaten alive from the big bad wolf. Well, AJ, we talked about this being a memorial race for Mr. Chris Schooler, correct, sir? And we
Yes.
got a little bit of a quick late race yellow, so let's do something really cool. I pulled up Sim Racer Hub for a moment. Again, Sim Racer Hub, a lot of league stats. And let's go a little bit through some of Schooler's accomplishments. 25 wins, 28 poles, 84 top fives, with 135 top tens, with a 14.9 win percentage. AJ with an average start of 6.33, average finish 6.72. He completed right at, looks like, 20,445 laps, of which he led 3,210 in his career. His first race scored by Sim Racer Hub would be April the 25th of 2015. And the last official recorded race right here with the Southern Excitement Racing League last week there at Daytona, where he came home with a 27th place finish, and he will be missed. Again, that is Mr. Chris Schooler's career stats. Thought I'd bring that up, AJ. I think that's a pretty cool note to kind of put there.
Yeah, he's been around iRacing for about 7 years and has a lot of really good stats, and unfortunately he will no longer be adding to them.
Yeah, but man, 25 wins officially, probably more, right? That wasn't tracked by Sim Racer Hub, but that's what I've got on Sim Racer Hub. Pretty good with a league career, and Chris Schooler, you will be missed, sir. I'm gonna miss seeing that 21 out there, but we're gonna go racing here with 3 laps to go in this one, and we will bring this one to what's gonna sure to be a dramatic close. Here we go. Field gonna double it up. Lights out on the pace car. 3 laps to go. Here we go. Green in the air, and it's going to be Dakota Camper with a great restart, AJ. I was surprised he was able to get the power down that well. Comes Matt working through. Now, how big a difference this tire is going to be?
We're about to find out.
Merck trying to sneak through to second. Merck has got second, now trying to clear the pack. Here comes Ryan. Where did he come from? Big blocks down the back straightaway. This could end very badly, very quickly.
Yeah, we're coming to 2 to go.
Yeah, and that's going to be the thing. Merck running down the race leader of Dakota Camper. Nothing Dakota could do to block it. 2 laps to go. And that might have been the winning move from Merck, is getting clear of that traffic and getting out front. One car sideways on the apron down there. Big wreck behind them. Big mess in turn number 2. Caution is out.
That was half the field, Matt.
Holy macaroni. The 15 gets out of shape. Here we go. The 98 collected. The 5 going to try to sneak through. Nowhere to go. The 19 involved. Who is not involved is going to be easier to count than who was, I do believe. Holy macro. Well, again, AJ, another big incident here at Auto Club. But you know what that means, buddy?
We get to see another restart.
We get overtime here tonight. You see the 98 taking a pretty big hit. He'll back it up the racetrack. Oof. And there we go. Carnage ensues. Well, with the yellow flag out, we will get ready for yet again another restart here tonight for the Southern Excitement Racing League. I want to say, man, what are we going to see now in a green, white, checkered finish? Man, this is going to be crazy. And we've seen a ton of multi-car accidents tonight.
Yeah, we have.
See the lights on the pace car here as we continue to circulate around Auto Club Speedway. Coming up a week from tonight, Las Vegas for round number 3. You know what's also coming up relatively soon on the schedule, AJ?
What?
Circuit of the Americas. That's going to be fun to see NASCAR return to Circuit of the Americas here.
Mm-hmm.
Very soon. And I think it's earlier in the year than it was last year.
I don't actually know.
I can go take a look. I think it's 2 or 3 weeks away when you go to Circuit of the Americas. Take a look. As we ride under yellow here tonight at Auto Club. Let's scroll down there. And I'll pull up the schedule. We're not going to talk about where I'm at in points there for NIS. But this is the easiest way to figure out where we're at next week. And let's take a look here. Oh, great. I'm in Division 3, so it's going to be even worse than I thought it was. Side note. So, Circuit of the Americas. We go Vegas next week, Phoenix the week after, the New Atlanta, and then on March the 23rd, Circuit of the Americas. That's going to be interesting. Think about this later on in the year as well. We go from Bristol Dirt to Talladega. It's Martinsville, Bristol Dirt, Talladega. That's going to be interesting. A little span of interesting tracks. And we're going to get ready for a restart here tonight from Auto Club Speedway. Who is your pick to get it done here tonight, AJ?
Well, it's our race leader, that 60 car of Jeff Murdoch. He's been up front absolutely all race.
I agree. I think he wanted this thing to go green to the end there. I don't think he wanted to see that yellow flag come out. I think he had it really locked down there. Now he's going to have to defend it a little bit, get a good restart. LT, Martinsville is his favorite track. Martinsville is up there on mine as well, sir, is one of my favorites. What about you, AJ? Martinsville, one of your favorites?
That would be a resounding bleep no.
Hey, AJ's not cool like us, LT. Coming to green here. It's going to be 2 to go. Flag in the air. Great start for Merck. Objective number 1 accomplished. Good restart.
Very good restart. He's going to pull away by a lot.
Field kind of scrambling behind him, but I think as long as nothing changes, and now Justin Michael going to get clear with Ryan. Those two going to have to work together pretty hard. We got them wrecking behind them. We will stay green for now. Will Merck make it to the start finish line? And here comes Justin Michael. Ryan going to jump underneath Michael. That's going to hurt their momentum a little bit. 1 lap to go. Car sliding, and yellow is out before they get there. And Merck is going to be beating on that steering wheel because he's got to do it all over again. A few hundred feet from the start finish line, as you see the wreck that happened, they brought the yellow out again.
I'd be swearing up and down. Why couldn't we make it another 100 yards?
Six collected. Yeah, it would be something to the effect of bleepity bleep bleep bleep. Bleepity bleep bleep bleep. That's pretty much what my radio would sound like. Right about now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, guess what we get to do now? Now think
Green
about
light
it.
checker.
He only had to defend one more lap, right, AJ? He was coming to the white flag. Now he's going to have to defend for 2 laps all over again. And this time, the older tires that was alongside him is no more. He's going to have Justin Michael on equal tires to him. Man. He did such a good job on that restart to put himself in a great position. Sometimes you just want to beat your head against the wall and go, why me? Meanwhile, if you're Justin Michael and Ryan there behind him, you're all excited because it gives you another shot at him.
Absolutely. If I was anybody behind that leader, I would be cheering just for the fact of I get one more shot, like you said.
See, if I am a Merc up there leading, we can't go back green. It's too dark. The racetrack's coming apart.
Matt, this place has lights.
The seams are coming apart on the back straightaway. We can't go back green. It's too dangerous. No, anything. And you know what? Now it won't happen here. But I've legitimately, AJ, seen drivers argue the fact to race control whether they got the start finish line. Obviously, Merck wasn't close enough. But I did have one incident in my broadcasting career, AJ, where the leaders looked like they didn't get there. You know, iRacing said they didn't. Race control went back and reviewed it, and they did. One time.
What you're saying is iRacing doesn't always get it right?
Not all the time. Not all the time, Captain. That sounded like a dejected captain, didn't it? I not all the time get it right, Captain. So we got lights out on the pace car here. Going around there, get her done. Well, he had her until the yellow came out. Now he's got to do it all over again. 9 likes here tonight, guys. Appreciate it so much. Don't forget, if you're just joining us or checking it out, don't forget to slam that like button, slam the subscribe button as well. Helps us out in the algorithm. And the more people we get watching, the more the algorithm picks it up, the easier it is for us to help leagues and make it less expensive on the leagues. So
Pretty much. That's
everybody
exactly
wins.
how it goes.
Justin Michael here. FD Merc out front. Here we go, coming to green. Here we go. FD Merc out front. Great restart again. Leads. He just wants to see this thing go green to the end this time.
I would be very upset if I was him if it didn't.
Yes, I would just be like, come on. Here they come. Ryan going to get out of shape. He's going to go all the way to the apron. That's going to give Merc the opportunity, AJ, I think, to get away. Now, through 3 and 4. Looking this time. He wants to make it another 400 foot here. Doesn't see no yellows. 1 lap to go for Jeff D. Merck. That time he takes the white flag, AJ. Got the Michael wind up there with Lumpkin there. Michael trying to close the gap, but he's just a little bit too far back right now. Oh, Merck had to lift out of turn 2, AJ.
Here comes the run.
Man, oh man, oh man, this is going to be a final corner showdown. Merck to the bottom. Michael arcs it in. Merck cannot get back in the throttle too soon here and have to lift again. Here comes Michael. Michael to the bottom. Merck going to give him room down there, and it's going to be Jeff D. Merck to hold on to go to victory lane. What a finish here in the Chris Schooler 210. Wow. Man, I did not see Michael getting that close to Merck at the end, AJ.
No, neither did I. And that was set up with the run coming off of turn 2. It looked like did not have enough time.
It looked like coming off turn 2, Merck had to jump out of the throttle and set that in motion, but luckily able to hold on. And that Stone River machine going to go to victory lane here tonight in round 2 at Auto Club. And there is one happy Don Merck in chat right now. And here comes the donuts. Son of a biscuit. That's a new one. As Jeff D. Merck goes to victory lane. He'll burn it down on the top. What a race here for Jeff D. Merck to go to victory lane in. You're at Auto Club round number 2. And that should put the 60 in the playoffs, AJ. So now we know 2 of our
That'll make him happy.
Could be 2 of our playoff contenders decided for the end of the year. Gonna get ready for interviews in a moment. But overall, what did you think of the race, AJ?
Once we were able to get a bunch of laps together, I thought it was very good. And a lot of passing. It's just unfortunate that we had, the first half of the race was caution after caution after caution.
And it turned into a good one here at the end. I'll give it that. But let's talk to Jeff D. Merck. Coming to victory lane here. And so I figured out the problem. When they end up in waiting room, I can't move them.
So, go down there.
What are you going to do? All righty, Mr. Merck. Matt in the booth, got a copy. Got me, Mr. Murky Merck.
Yeah, man, I got you. What's up, bud?
Well, man, you were able to hang on for the win here. And man, what a last lap run. Michael got to your bumper into your inside there, but he was able to scratch and crawl and hold on to go to victory lane.
Yeah, that was a good run, man. My teammate Justin Michael, he's super fast, so anytime I can finish in front of him, I consider myself lucky. I just could control the restart there on that last lap, which got me out in front of the guys a little bit. I think they got to racing, which gave me enough room to stay in front of him.
Now, did you have to burp the throttle off of two, and that's what gave him that big run to you?
Yeah, it got a little, excuse my French, got a little ass happy off two there, because if you get too hard on the throttle, it would kick out. And it got loose, and I had to fight it back to the right, had to burp a little bit, and gave him that big run down the back.
Well, man, getting her done early in the year, putting that number 60 Stone River Outfitters machine in the playoffs, can't ask for much more here at Auto Club.
Yeah, big shout out to my loving wife in there. Without her, I wouldn't be able to do this. Stone River Outfitters, that's a great organization. I did mess up the banner on the front of the car earlier. It is it's Healing Waters fly fishing project. That way, for our veterans, it's a good organization. Stone River Outfitters for being on the car. Extreme Sim TV, Bandit Motorsports, Patented Paints for putting this paint together for me. And I think that's everybody, I believe.
10-4, man. Well, victory lane for you, Mr. Merck. Holding off your teammate to get it done. Congratulations.
Thank you, buddy.
All righty, we got Mr. Justin Michael in here. Hey, Justin, it's Matt in the booth. Get a copy.
Yes, sir.
All righty, man. Well, you tried to run your teammate down the back straightaway when he had to lift. There for a moment, I thought you had a shot at it.
Yeah, we were going full send mode there and just trying to run him back down. I thought about going to the high side and just kind of running it, but I was afraid that 77 might get by me, so I decided not to. Figured second was better than third for points. So, but Jeff had a good run. So good for him for that win.
So what you're telling me is you decided against full send.
Yeah, we backed it down just a bit there. I don't know. I was afraid I'd get up there and touch the wall or something. So if it wasn't for points, probably just would have chucked it in there and see what happened. But I want to make sure I stay up there in the points in case I have to miss a race or two.
There you go. Well, what a way to do it. Second place for you. Of course, your teammate coming home with the win. Big momentum as you head towards Las Vegas.
Yeah, definitely. Vegas is one of my favorite tracks. Hopefully we do pretty good there. Kind of looking forward to it. Haven't ran these cars here or at that track yet, so I've been practicing all week here. So we'll see what next week has for us.
All right, man. Again, congratulations. Coming home second tonight. Anybody like to thank?
So everybody out there watching, hopefully it was a good show for them. Scott out there from Bandit Paints for putting his paint together for me, just like Jeff up there. Everybody from Bandit Motorsports, Shine Runners for always being some good guys and helping everybody out, and always thinking about the Schooler family out there for their loss. So we definitely think about them too.
And for man, just I'm not gonna lie, it was a rough get going, but got going and put on a great show, and Chris would have enjoyed it. That was for sure.
Absolutely.
On a heck of a show here tonight. Again, congratulations coming home second.
Thanks, sir.
All right, Mr. Justin Lumpkin, you get a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir, I do.
All right, man. Well, you had a first class seat to the guys up front going at it just in front of you. Did you ever thought maybe the teammates might get together with one another at some point and maybe you could work through it?
No, not really. I know them. They're both pretty good drivers. Justin, he's fast. Jeff's fast. They're pretty good. I figured they battle it out, but they wouldn't take each other out of it for sure.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, it was a heck of a show to watch.
That's for sure.
Now, great finish for you here tonight at Auto Club. Do you think this is going to transfer for you to some more of the bigger tracks with what you learned here tonight?
I hope so. We were fast at Daytona. I had a few problems there at the beginning, and hopefully this just continues a a good string of luck for us. I feel like we'll be fast. Put the practice in, and we'll see what happens.
In a 4, man. Well, again, congratulations, top 3 here tonight. Anybody you'd like to thank?
Yes, sir. First off, God first and foremost. Without him, we ain't doing any of this. Darren's nail gun repair, Powers Performance. I want to say praying for the Chris Schooler's family. They're in our prayers. My mama's aunt passed away this last day too, so I want to put them in our prayers. The guys here at SERL, Dakota, Bill, all the admins, and you guys here at Sim Extreme, man, y'all do a great job.
Appreciate it, man. And again, Schooler family, all our thoughts are with you. AJ, we're gonna hop back up to the booth and this one out. But what a night here so far. And man, well, I think AJ's coming. Here comes AJ. Well, AJ, man, what a night.
Yeah, it was a really pretty good last 50 laps. Unfortunately, with the circumstances that happened before this race and leading up to it, it's good that we were able to still go racing and try to honor a driver, a person, a friend, the best we can here at Extreme Sim TV and the SERL.
Yeah, I mean, it's never easy. But at the same time, you want to put a good show on for the family, and I think we did that here tonight.
It's literally, we try to do whatever we can to show our support, our love, and it's not much when it comes to just iRacing, but it's our way of being able to show support.
And 4. So I'm going to take the broadcaster hat off for a moment, AJ, to end this one out. Kind of different from what I normally do. And personally, Chris, man, we're going to miss you. Going to miss you all over my back bumper all the time. He was a heck of a competitor. Great, clean driver. He had an art, AJ, for so many things. He could get right there on your rear spoiler and get you loose, and you would think he was touching you, and he would never touch you. He was so good at it. I never could figure it out. But, man, with that being said, AJ, any final thoughts?
No, just going to look forward towards Las Vegas next week. It should be fun. I really love the Las Vegas racetrack on iRacing. The couple times I've raced there, I've almost won. Top 5, I think 6 out of the 10 times. Just throwing it out there. But should be interesting. I really enjoy the racetrack, so can't wait to head out there.
Well, we're going to pack up the Extreme Sim TV cameras, throw them in the back of the truck, climb in our Freightliner, and point our nose towards Las Vegas 1 week from tonight. Everyone, thank you for coming out. Thank you to our channel partners make all this possible. AJ, thank you, and the Nerds Doing Nerds Things, along with your co-host Susie, and we will see you guys in 1 week in Las Vegas. See you guys next time, everybody.